Mosquito is small and one of the most amazing creations of the Almighty Allah, which Allah Holy and Great created with great precision and great meaning. But many of you will surely ask why did Allah create mosquitoes? We'll answer this question and many others in this video with the permission of Allah. Peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah, my dear brothers and sisters. First of all, my brothers and sisters, using our minds, we can easily find the wisdom behind the creation of mosquitoes. And also, we must understand everything that God creates is not in vain. The scientists created models of what would happen if the mosquito disappeared. The results shocked them. There is a lot of wisdom behind the creation of mosquitoes. Namely, first of all, we must understand that Allah, Holy and Great, He created man and animals, only so that they would serve and worship Him. All the animals and insects that Allah has created for the benefit of man are part of this vast universe. As Allah said in the Holy Qur'an, is one who created everything in the earth for you. Then He turned toward the heaven, forming it into 7 heavens, and has perfect knowledge of all things. Quran, Surah number 2, Ayah number 29. And as Allah said in another verse, I did not create jinn and humans except to worship me. Quran 51:56. And probably each of us heard the unpleasant squawk of mosquitoes in the summer, which at certain times, and especially in summer, constantly hover around a person and try to drink our blood at any cost. That's why we don't like mosquitoes. However, the mosquito, like other creations of the Almighty Allah, has many interesting features, and even more than that. Allah is holy and great. He mentioned the mosquito in the Holy Qur'an. Surely, Allah does not shy away from using the parable of a mosquito, or what's even smaller. As for the believers, they know that is the truth from their Lord. And as for the disbelievers, they argue, what does Allah mean by such a parable? Through this test, He leaves many to stray and guides many. He leaves none to stray except the rebellious. Quran, Surah 2, Ayah 26. The phrase itself is not embarrassed. It means that the mosquito is excellent and to Allah is not ashamed of the mosquito. Many facts related to the interaction of a mosquito and a person were discovered relatively recently by modern science. But let's look at the scientific view of mosquitoes. First of all, mosquitoes, like other insects, are very ancient inhabitants of our planet. Namely, mosquitoes have existed on our Earth for more than 350 million years. And also, on this verse from the Quran, in Istanbul at the 10th World Conference, a report was presented by a professor of biology, director of the Institute of Infectious Diseases from Al-Azhar University, our brother Mustafa Ibrahim Hassan, in which he talked about researching the meaning of the above verse. Today's science shows that the mosquito is one of the most amazing creatures on our Earth. We know more than 3,000 kinds of mosquitoes, and it's no less surprising that the word ba'uzatun used in the verse means a female mosquito. This is an example of the inimitability of the Quran, a more detailed meaning of which was revealed only in our days. With the development of science, he came to the conclusion that people only come into contact with female mosquitoes, since it is the females who feed on human blood, which is necessary for laying eggs. Just imagine, my dear brothers and sisters. Let's now talk about some interesting facts about mosquitoes. So first, as we said, there are more than 3,000 kinds of mosquitoes on Earth, and to be more precise, about 3,600 kinds. And as we said earlier, the amazing fact is that only female mosquitoes feed on blood. Males feed only on nectar and plant juices. Second, many millions of years ago, mosquitoes existed on Earth, which were up to 5-6 centimeters in length. Just imagine the monsters. But later, by the will of Allah, His great and exalted, they died out. Thirdly, it's a very complex and at the same time very amazing blood suction technique that functions as a result of the interaction of incredibly complex structures. After she mosquito sits on her target, she chooses a specific point to bite. Through the lips of his proboscis, after which the sting of the mosquito, which is similar to the needle of syringe, which is protected by special seize, which during suction moves back and a bite occurs. Moreover, the sting is a complex that can accurately find the vessel and then cut the skin and suck the blood out of the victim. When the sting reaches the blood vessel, the cutting process is simplified and the process of sucking blood begins. Fourthly, in addition to all of the above, modern science has made the following discovery regarding mosquitoes. A mosquito can smell human sweat at a distance of up to 60 meters. The mosquito is endowed with a special organ that analyzes the quality of blood. Since the mosquito is not capable of sucking blood of any kind, mosquitoes have 100 eyes, 48 teeth in their mouths, and 6 incisors on their proboscis, each of which has its own special function, as well as 3 wings on each side, as well as many other scientific facts. But let's imagine and wonder, what if all mosquitoes disappear forever? What if the mosquitoes suddenly disappear forever, and so what will happen? First of all, you will never again be able to eat chocolate and everything is made from chocolate. Part of the plants with the disappearance of mosquito will disappear forever, including cocoa beans, from which, as everyone knows, chocolate is made. This is the fact that male mosquitoes feeding on the nectar of plants pollinate them, and that mosquito larvae fertilize the soil with their bodies. And the disappearance of mosquito will lead to the disappearance of cocoa beans, as well as parts of the other plants. In the second place, it is the invasion of deer into human habitats. The fact is that deer are animals that are very afraid of bloodsuckers. Inhabiting swamps and forests, mosquitoes do not allow them to move freely across the tundra. If there are no mosquitoes, then deer will literally take over new habitats. Due to their free migration, they will destroy many plants and leeches. It will also bring other adverse consequences. Thirdly is water pollution. The reason for this will be that mosquito larvae filter water and only one individual can pass through itself and filter about 1 liter of water. Now, imagine what number you get if you add up the number of all the larvae on the planet. The larvae feed on decaying algae, thereby again maintaining the cleanliness of the pond. Fourthly, there are more difficult survival conditions for birds. Mosquitoes feed on many species of birds, including swallows, swifts, kinglets, and others. And without mosquitoes, it will be much more difficult for them to feed themselves and their offspring. Having learned all this, we can be surprised at the wisdom of the creation of the mosquito, as well as the strength and power of the Almighty Allah, His holy and great.